Well, welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Good afternoon. Glad you could join me. 1,417 subscribers. Let me fix my shirt here. Glad you're here. Today it is this, and I always have a hard time remembering how to say this. You don't see what you, no, you don't believe what you see what you believe. Never trust the evidence of your senses because they will lie to you. Well, I'll say never, but most of the time. If you see a big elephant running at you, you might want to get out of the way. Although, if you stand your ground, many times they will stop. I didn't know that. I just learned that today. Well, am I in Oakland, California? No, I'm not. Why is that? Because I had a ticket bought to go to Oakland. I was to fly to Denver, connect, and I would be in Oakland at 6:30 maybe, something like that. Did I go to the airport? Yes, I did, because I knew I had a flight booked on Frontier. Or did I? That's what the itinerary said, or did it? So what was I seeing? I even sent it to Afi. I was going to see Afi Kingdom, so he knew I was coming. I wanted to chop it up with him. I was looking forward to meeting him in person. I love his books. Wade, what's up? Listen to this story, Wade. Okay, so anyway, glad you're here, Wade. So I get to the airport, and of course I can't check in on the kiosk because they don't work. Well, it's Frontier. It's a cheap flight, right? So I think I was supposed to connect with Delta in Denver. I'm not sure. But it was two different companies to get out there and to get back. So I stand in line and they get up there and I give them my full name and my driver's license, the real ID, okay, whatever that means. So they can't find my flight and they want to know what the reservation number is. So I give it to them. They still can't find it. And I'm looking at the paper because I had it printed out this time instead of having it on my phone. I had it there too, but I printed it out. So I'm looking at it, and the damn flight was for August the 26th on the weekend instead of today, which would have been the 28th or the 29th. I looked at that piece of paper probably 6 times, and I also looked at it before I printed it out. Never saw it. You know why I didn't see it? Because I believed that I had it booked for today. So that's what I saw. Yeah, think about it. And until I knew there was something wrong, I wasn't looking for anything wrong, and I couldn't see anything wrong. But I will tell you this, on the way down there, I kept thinking I was forgetting something. I had a feeling that something wasn't right. But I did my checklist, I had my billfold, my ID, everything I needed, yeah. Crazy, isn't it? So it's like, well, I stepped out of the line. I didn't say anything to them because, hey, who's to blame? Me. I've booked I don't know how many flights, probably, God, I don't know, over 40 flights. And I have made a mistake here and there, but I reread those, I double check them, but I guess I got the 7th and the 8th month confused. So I stepped out of line, and I stood around, I had to laugh about it. And I thought, well, maybe I can rebook the flight today. And I asked the lady, and she said, yeah, you could, but then I realized that it's 2 different companies. It's Delta and Frontier. So I would have to change them both. And I thought, well, hell, I'll just wait and go next month. So I sent Afi a message, and he had called me yesterday, but I didn't get the voice message until today. So anyway, I called him, and he called me back, and I told him what happened. So we're just going to go out there. I'm going to go next month. And he said, well, what did you want to do when you came out here? And I said, well, I hadn't thought much about it. I said, I'd like to go see the big trees, the sequoias. I said the big redwoods is what I said. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, those big redwood trees. He said, well, they had a whitewater rafting thing. It lasted a couple hours. It's out in the forest. He said, if you're into that kind of stuff. I said, sure, I'd love to do that. I haven't done anything like that for years. I used to go, I floated down the rivers here in Missouri quite a few times. I used to go camping, hunting. I did all that stuff. But when I turned 20 and I started boxing, I kind of got out of it. But I said, hey, that's great. So I'm going to contact him a couple weeks before I go out there, and then we'll book that and we'll check that out. So that sounds pretty cool. That'd be something I would enjoy. So I didn't like that I went down there and got ready for my flight, and then there was no flight today. But you have to accept that everything is happening for you and not to you. For some reason, I was not supposed to go out there today. Now, I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I may never know. But you just have to trust. You can trust God if that's what you believe in, the universe, divinity, trust your higher self. For some reason, I was not supposed to go today. And as I said, I may never know that reason. But I believe everything worked out as exactly how it was supposed to. Was it a mistake? Yes, it was my mistake. Or was it a mistake? I will, like I said, I may never know, but I got to believe it was exactly how things were supposed to work out. Was I looking forward to going out there? Yes, I was. But that's the way life goes. So anyway, I'm still at home. I didn't travel anywhere, guys, and I won't be traveling anywhere. Well, I may go to Miami to meet up with John and some of the guys, middle of August. Now, I may meet them, and I'm thinking about jumping down to Colombia, to Medellin, because you can like go round trip from Miami really cheap. So I may go there, fly down to Colombia for a couple days, and then come back to Miami and then fly back to St. Louis. That's the tentative plan. Also, coming up, I have on the 13th, I have John Fitch. He's going to be on the podcast. You guys know John Fitch. What else we got? Now, on the 27th, I had this guy named Tino. He's going to be on, but I will be out there on the 27th of this month. I also have another guest, and Phil. Phil is going to be on the 6th next weekend. He's on the panel on the Dragon Ship on Sunday nights, so I'm going to have him next weekend on the podcast, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So there's my adventures of travel. I didn't travel anywhere except to the St. Louis airport. But always remember, when things don't seem to go your way, it is going your way. If you have a goal. Now, I have a goal. I have a written goal. And every day I review that goal. I visualize myself. It's actually a lot of goals put together, but it's like a vision. So I have my story written out. I read that every day, twice a day. I also have it on a recording on my telephone, and I play it when I get up in the morning, and I play it when I go to bed. And it tells me, the recording tells me the same story I have as if it's already happened. Like, you, Mark, are this, you are doing this, you are doing that. In the present tense, very important. Now, these things make an impression. They don't happen overnight, but over a period of time, you'll find these things coming true in your life, or manifesting in your outer world, if you like. And when you have that and you're imprinting that on your subconscious mind, these things make an impression, okay? Because your conscious mind, as I've told you guys before, only does about 5% of what you do during the day. It's really not responsible for a lot of things. It's your subconscious mind, whatever it's programmed with, that is running your life. And if you can trust that, then you know when things like this today that happened, when things didn't go your way, actually they are going your way and they're leading you to your goals. But there's no way you could ever see how that's supposed to happen. You can't put the puzzle together looking forward. You can only do it in retrospect. I think Steve Jobs said something like that. You can't see the big picture. But when you have a goal, as I said, when something like this happens, this is happening for you. This is all in line with how your goals are supposed to work out. This is how you're going to get there. But as I said, you have to trust the process, and you don't understand the process. You don't see all the inner workings and the things that have to happen to get you there. So because I didn't go this weekend, this changes my whole future. Had I gone, then everything would have been different. Okay, but somehow this changes it in a way I can't see to actually move me closer to my goals. And that's where the trust comes in. You have to trust. Okay. Anyway, let me see. I had things not go my way, and it turned out so much better, and then it happened the way I wanted. Exactly. Yes, and if you look back, like Wade said, if you look back in life, maybe there was something you wanted really bad, and you really tried to get it. Maybe you struggled for months, maybe years, and you didn't get it. And then maybe a year, 2 years down the road, you got something else, or you got what you wanted, but it was a better time. And you're glad you didn't get it when you wanted it, or sometimes you're glad you didn't get what you thought you wanted because you actually got what you really wanted. We have to trust. We don't know everything. Now, see, if you think you know everything, then you're playing God, I suppose, or you're trying to run your life with your conscious mind, that 2 plus 2 equals 4. It's got its place for sure, but it's the best place. What it's good at is programming your subconscious mind with repetition over and over and over again. Then your subconscious mind takes over. How do you think you became the person you are today? By all the programming that's gone into your mind. Now, if you don't like who you are today, you don't like where you're at today, you can reprogram that with your agenda. And I'll guarantee you, if you're not programming it with your agenda, somebody else is programming it with their agenda. I think they say we get like, what, 5,000 different imprints a day from advertisements, social media, and all these different things. Now, if you're not consciously putting stuff into your mind that you want to happen, then they are putting it in there for you. So why not program your mind with your agenda instead of allowing other people to program it and make you into a consumer? Because that benefits others and it doesn't benefit you. Okay? All right, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for joining me, Wade. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care.